All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I am your host, Vays. All right, let's see what we got here. Coming to you live. And this Friday, another week is over. Thank you for joining. And we're gonna go straight to the charts. I don't want to jump into spaces. Friday is a macro Friday with John Har. So I don't want to get in for that. That will be the last hour. So we got 30 minutes. Let's get started. All right, the market continues to pull back. Currently, the weekly candle has recaptured all of the gains from last week's candle. Our structure is not yet in full danger mode. However, if this week close below 28,000, which it certainly can, if we close below 28,000, we will break the MRI structure. The question now becomes, is that a bearish sign or not? Well, I can make the argument in both directions. By breaking the bullish structure of the MRI, we could start a brand new bullish structure immediately after. And now we have, a lot more weeks to go until an MRI top. So it doesn't really tell us anything. It just tells us we're still in an uptrend, but the MRI is not indicating a potential top because we're getting there slower and not faster. So you can definitely make the arguments for both sides. There's nothing for us to say right now other than we have to wait and see how the weekly candle closes. The more important chart has now become the 4-day allocation chart. I will be taking profit off the table before we get anywhere near 24,000. So the question now becomes when. If I drop the price and only look at the moving averages, you can see that the moving averages are not yet in danger. But in about a day, once this candle ends and the next candle begins, it's very likely that these moving averages will cross over and the price will be below both of them. At that point, I have to take some profit off the table. So we will wait one more day, and hopefully the price will not crash down to 25,000 in the next 24 hours. But we are going into the weekend. And as you guys know, I don't like to react over the weekend. So we're probably going to have to wait till Monday. If on Monday, the price of Bitcoin is struggling below $28,000, I will take profit, and our position will likely drop as much as 50% down to 50%, so we can lock in some of this profit that we've now been holding for, well, about a month and a half now. About a month and a half. The entry was early March, and now we're in the latter half of April. So about 5 weeks. Tone, can you look at FRC and AMD? I'll try to remember that. Hey, Zazo, can you just throw that in our Q&A chat? Oh, hey, Knock, fuck it. I'm gonna. Zazo hasn't been around much. I'm gonna unban you when the stream ends. Sorry about that. I just don't want to. It'll take me like 5 minutes to figure out how to like unblock you and stuff. So I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it on live stream. Okay. Yeah, take it easy on the suicide jokes, please. Oh, it was unhidden. Okay, Zazo did it. Great. Take it easy on the suicide jokes, please. Thanks, Zazo. All right, where are we here? All right, before I go to the daily chart, the financial summit. I gotta do shout outs for my events. The financial summit, the UAE. Come and join us November 5 to 10 at an awesome resort with incredible people about trading, investing. You'll make incredible connections. It's an awesome, awesome event. Unconfiscatable, the Bitcoin event takes place in Las Vegas, December 7 and 8. Follow us on all the social media. All right, where are we going next? Oh, for my, if you're looking to learn how to trade, there's a free learn trading section. There's also a slightly paid learn trading section, including the options, which is very advanced trading, and of course the MRI for those interested in the MRI. I'm going to lower the price around Thanksgiving. I mean, it's still 6 months away. If you feel like waiting till Thanksgiving, you can wait for a slight price reduction. Otherwise, pick it up sooner. Okay, daily chart. The daily chart is in full-blown bearish mode. And according to the daily chart, we could get to an MRI buy in about 3 to 4 days. And since Bitcoin does trade on the weekend, unlike the stock market, we can get there as early as like Tuesday or something. Tuesday or Wednesday, we could get an MRI buy. Personally, I don't want to see us go all the way down to 25,000. I would love to see us hold the 50-period moving average. I want to see us hold the 50-period moving average. So let's see how that goes. That would be a nice place to hold it. Other than that, it's okay to go down to 25. It would be cleaner to go down to 25. But if we only go down to 27, I'll still take off my position, but I'll be able to get back in quickly. 25,000 is a little bit, you're flirting with fire here. Yes, it would be cleaner, but you are flirting with fire. Though we bounce perfectly off of 20, we'll likely bounce perfectly off of 25. The halving is coming. The halving is coming. And as I've been saying for a while, oh, whoa, we are way behind. Did we just reset difficulty? Let's go to mempool space. Yeah, we just reset difficulty. We raised difficulty by almost 2%. We are at almost 12 minutes for between blocks. And at current rate, it'll take a month for the next difficulty adjustment. But I think this is going to speed up. It always does. I still think the halving is going to take place at the end of March. So let's see how that goes. Short-term chart. The 4-hour chart, we had an MRI buy right at the moving average, but it had no strength to take us back to the top. This is the one candle I would never trade unless we're rising. I would never trade it to the downside. The red star candle, however, is tradable to the downside. And right now, we are looking at exactly the same structure as the structure over here on April 19th, which was actually 2 days ago. So it's very, very likely that you're going to break down again. Not as likely as breaking down the first time. It's always easier to break down the first time. I would not have shorted Bitcoin here because I would have seen this as an uptrend. But I would have potentially shorted Bitcoin down here when it's breaking prior lows. So there's multiple ways of trading. This was a good time to potentially short Bitcoin. But again, with all the support over here, I would not have pulled the trigger on a short. So even though Bitcoin fell right here, almost $1,000, I would not have been in this short trade. And even though it fell right here at $1,000, I would not have been in the short trade either. But if there was going to be a short trade, I would have taken in this entire structure, it would have been down here. Like this is my more easier short trade. And I would have exited that trade probably on around this MRI buy, missing out on the last set of gains. That's how I trade. You guys need to come up with your own style of how you trade, because right here we're in the middle of all the moving averages, so there's no support. We're breaking prior swing lows. This is the structure I want to short. The red star candle comes a candle earlier, which is unfortunate, and now this giant candle makes you feel like, hey, you missed the move, but in reality, you didn't miss the move. The move's still coming. And right here is a very, very similar structure. Very, very similar structure. But it is Friday. It's a little riskier. However, if there is a trade I would take on now, it would be the same exact trade I would have taken right here at the break of prior swing lows. You take the trade at the break of the swing low, which happened in the last 4-hour candle. So as there's 1.5 hours to go, so if the next candle is trading below this red line, that is a potential short trade, which is kind of unfortunate. I want to see Bitcoin go up, but TA doesn't change. TA doesn't care. It's like the honey badger. GBTC discount is continuing to go back down. I was actually at a presentation of GBTC yesterday. It was interesting. I learned a few things. We'll discuss them on this channel in the near future. Let's just say it's rough. It's rough for the GBTC holders, but I still believe this discount is gonna disappear. I want to join Spaces in a bit, so not much time to talk about that. Oil. Well, the US is selling off more strategic oil reserve in order to depress the gas prices, and that is what's keeping oil prices on the lower side. Eventually, the US will run out of the strategic oil reserve. There was zero plans to replenish this supply. None. And it will be interesting what happens after the next election, which is only a year and a half away now. It's crazy, right? The election is a year and a half away. I'm about to lose a really big bet. I had a bet going that Biden will not be president on January 1st, 2024, the year of the election. I didn't think he would be president for more than 3 years. I thought he would be done. Physically, mentally, corruption, whatever. I thought he'd be done. But he's still, somehow walking around. It's like weekend at Bernie's over here in the US. And the election is a year and a half away. Gee, it's in October. It's October. It's in November. It's in early November. Feels like it's in October. And we're already going into May. Yeah. So we're straight up 1 year and 6 months away from the election. It's crazy. Natural gas. Natural gas is in a beautiful consolidation zone. Once it, establishes above these moving averages, natural gas breaking above the prior swing high might be a very nice trade. Guys, every week I think about just shutting down social media and YouTube and just going back to trading. I don't think I'd be able to trade and be a public person. I would be too distracted. I might come back after a year of just trading. Gold's pulling back. As I've stated, a nice place for a gold pullback is 1940. And then we go up from there. Are either Trezor or Ledger safe enough for hodling? They are safe enough for hodling. I prefer Trezor over Ledger. I am not a fan of Ledger. But they are both safe enough for hodling. My other two wallets that I recommend are the Jade and the Cold Card. Jade is the cheapest, Cold Card's most expensive. Cold Card is considered the safest, but it's also the least user-friendly. All right. S&P, guys, the S&P is not having a good week, and that probably explains what's going on with Bitcoin. Man, I am still very bullish on the stock market. Very bullish on the stock market. You know, I trust Jade for the same reason I trust Cold Card. I trust the people that built them. I trust MVK and CoinKite who built. I trust that company. I trust those people who built that product, and I trust Blockstream and Adam Back who built Jade. Will the carnivory dinner be worth it if you don't eat pork? I don't know if we're gonna have pork. I'm not sure where the carnivory dinner is gonna be, but we don't really focus on pork. It's mostly beef and lamb. I am considerate of certain religious ideas that aren't fond of pork. I personally eat pork. Ribs, though. I personally eat ribs. Let me be specific. I don't eat pork other than ribs, slow cooked ribs. But it's unlikely we're gonna have pork at the carnivory dinner in Vegas. It's mostly going to focus on ribeyes and like prime rib, ribeye, things like that. I like lamb. There is no ultimate safe way of storing Bitcoin. You store Bitcoin in a way that makes you comfortable in accessing that Bitcoin. Is that an ascending triangle on S&P Weekly? Not really. I can see why people think it's an ascending triangle, but it's just not clean. Maybe if I put it on a monthly scale. It's not really a triangle. But I can see why it looks like a triangle. It's a triangle. It's just not a triangle. It's like this. It's a triangle like that, which is not really a technical pattern. So yes, it's a triangle, but it's not really a tradable triangle. But the essence of the triangle is the same. Like for the same reason, people assume that the ascending triangle is going to break out. For the same exact reason, this kind of pattern is very likely to break out to the upside. Zazo is asking which countries are the best for Bitcoiners to move to. It always changes. It always changes. I mean, like El Salvador probably, but they have such little infrastructure. Like it's not great. And Bukele needs to be reelected, so I would wait till December before deciding. I like Panama. Brazil's not bad. I'd stay away from Europe. Like Europe is the one place. Like I'd go to Portugal to visit, maybe stay for a month or two, but that's it. That's it. I mean, maybe like a Greek island, maybe like south of France on vacation, but I wouldn't live in any major city in Europe. Now, Portugal might be the only exception. I wouldn't live in any other major city in Europe. Oh boy, look at the S&P. That's a 10-minute chart. We had the 10 a.m. reversal on a beautiful, well, let's go to a 5-minute chart. We had the 10 a.m. reversal perfectly. How far did we go? That's a perfect 10 a.m. reversal. That was 20 points. Wow. 18, 17 points. That's huge. And now we've already lost all of that. This is not a good day for the S&P. Okay, so let's look at the S&P. S&P is really important. We once again got rejected by the MRI resistance line, but we did break the MRI resistance line by a few pennies. So the resistance line's gone. We're getting the red star candle. It is earnings season, and the Fed rate is about to increase in about 10 days with a 90% certainty. Jeez. Okay, that's what we're working with. All right, there was a super chat asking me to look at a couple of stocks. Sand Snake, how are you, brother? Let's go and take a look. This is Bank of America. I don't know why I have Bank of America up. This is Bank of America on a monthly scale. It's flirting with disaster. So Bank of America is flirting with disaster. Beautiful monthly MRI top right here with the in 06. So the bank was already going down as of January 07. Okay, it started going down early. Yeah, Bank of America is flirting with disaster right here. Let's see how JPM's doing. JPM is the biggest bank in the US. Oh, it's way stronger. Look at that. Wow. You guys see the difference? You guys see the difference? These are two of the biggest banks in the US. I guess I'm dropping the dollar thing. Well, Bank of America is not the second biggest thing. Wells Fargo is. Actually, I'm not sure what the list is. USA biggest banks. Oh yeah, Bank of America is the second. Okay, then Citigroup, then Wells Fargo. Okay, so Bank of America is the second biggest bank in the US. And wow, what a difference in their stocks. Huge. Let's go to no, not here. Let's go to B of A. Isn't it? Is it BA? No. I thought it was BOA, Bank of America. What am I missing here? What's the ticker? Bank of America. Oh, BAC. And we got to go to candles. I wish I could just take this template and stick it down here. But it doesn't matter. Look at the monthly chart. So as you can see, Bank of America didn't even break its all-time high, that it was at in 2006. So Bank of America came up close to their all-time high. Now look at JP Morgan. I'm going to take off annotation so you can see it cleanly. And I'm just going to take everything off, right? So look at this chart. Let's line it up. Oh, yeah, no, wait. That's in the 90s. Okay. I want to line it up evenly. That's about even. It's about even. So, wait, am I lined up right? 2009, right. So here's JP Morgan. Okay, how do I line this up? They're both on a monthly scale. Okay, we'll just do this. We'll put 2000 on the left. That would make it better. Okay, here we go. Look at that. That's better. So, Bank of America could not even break its all-time high from 2006. And here's JP Morgan going 250% above the 2006 all-time high. That's not even close. Not even close. So you can see which bank is performing better. And Bank of America is in a bit of trouble here. And JP Morgan is looking incredible. Wow. How about Wells Fargo? How about Citigroup? See. Whoa. Look at that. They're still down 50%. 75. Whoa. Oh my God. I would not keep my money at Citibank. They're still down 92% from its peak. Holy shit. What about Wells Fargo? Wells Fargo recovered. Wells Fargo went to a new all-time high. Okay, let's go take a look at the stock somebody asked me to look at. Just got diverted a little bit. Yeah, JP Morgan. The free market is saying that that's the safest place to be. What happened to, oh, I didn't have any annotations. Okay. So I'm looking at FRC. Oh, First Republic. Okay, let's see. Oh boy. Yeah, they're done. I mean, like, why am I looking at this? They're not, the stock's not moving. There's nothing to really, there's nothing to look at. They were on a yearly sell. Right there. Company starts, and boom, 13 years later, it all goes down the toilet. Be careful of that very first annual MRI top. Can take your whole company out. Danger zone. On a monthly too, right there. Second consecutive. And what's the other stock? AMD. This is AMD monthly. Beautiful MRI buy on a monthly. What about weekly? Beautiful MRI buy on the weekly. Wow. So you had a weekly MRI buy right there with extension B on a monthly, with a monthly MRI buy coming in a few weeks later. Wow. That's impressive. It topped on a warning candle. Had a couple of MRI buys in between that recovered a smidge. Wow, this stock really likes to follow the MRI. I really like this pullback. I don't think you're late to this party. Let me look at it from a bird's eye view. I think AMD is going to be fine. Still bullish. Beautiful moving average crossover here. Incredible support. So I would wait. There could be a perfect buying opportunity on a weekly MRI buy sometime in a month or two, right inside this moving average cluster. That would be a great buying opportunity. It just sucks you have to wait like 5, 6, 7 weeks. MRI top right there on a daily. Wow, AMD really likes to follow the MRI. I probably would have bought this daily MRI and I'd be in a break-even trade right now, maybe a slight loser. I'd probably cut my losses and find a better trade. But I would have taken this trade. Reversal candle, bounced off a moving average, rising up the next day. The gap the next day would have hurt big. Probably could have got in yesterday, yesterday, day before yesterday. I wouldn't be getting in today. And tomorrow, if we break this moving average, I'd be taking my stop loss. But this could have been a good buying opportunity. At least it looked like a good buying opportunity in real time. It turned out to be a bad buying opportunity. Not a disastrous one, but a bad one. I wouldn't cut my losses yet if I was long. But on Monday, if this thing is dropping below the 50-period moving average, I would cut my losses. It's got a chance, but I don't like where the weekly is at. Just don't like where the weekly is at. ATLX. Guys, I got 3 more minutes to go. ATLX. Atlas Lithium. Didn't we look at this not that long ago? This looks incredible. It looks bullish as hell. It's one of the most bullish stocks I've seen this entire year. And I would not be buying it because I think I don't like to chase. I don't like to chase. You're way overextended above all the moving averages. Yes, it can go to $1 billion a share, but I'm too late. I'm too late to call this a buying opportunity. I'm sorry. Buying opportunity was here on a green star candle, breaking the MRI resistance line and breaking all the moving averages. Another buying opportunity would have been here off of this, breaking this trend line. Another buying opportunity would have been here, breaking this consolidation on this green star candle. All these buying opportunities, but right now I think it's too dangerous. It can pull back at any moment for 33% and still be bullish. So I would not be buying here, but it's one of the most bullish charts I've ever seen in a while. Look at Bitcoin yearly. I don't have a good year. I don't have a good yearly chart, guys. I just don't. It's gonna be cluttered. Yeah, Bitcoin yearly hit an MRI top back in 2021 on a reversal candle, and we're still dealing with a 1 to 4 yearly correction. But I think the correction's over. Man, once we make a green star candle on a yearly chart next year, oh boy, I can't wait to see this get repeated. That would be incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, good. This one has a 2009 print. That's awesome. Yep, we hit an MRI top on the 13th year of Bitcoin. It's perfect. MRI works on annual charts as well. All right, I got two last questions. Let me go back to the weekly. So, one more last stock to look at is Goto. Something to do with Indonesia. Indonesian commerce. Maybe this. Interesting. I really thought Indonesia would do better. I'm bullish on Indonesia, the country, but looking at this chart makes me question that belief. This looks bad. I have no comments other than this looks bad. Bad looking chart. Okay, the last thing I want to say is someone asked a good question on BAC. The question was, aren't double tops meant to be broken to the upside? Well, we didn't get a double top. That's the problem. You see, it did not even actually come close. This is the top. And even if I use, like end of day close or whatever, right? So Bank of America still needed like 15% to get there. That's a pretty substantial gap. That is not a double top by any means. That is very, very clearly a lower high. This is not debatable. That is not a double top. So, no. If it was within 3%, I would say it's a double top. But 14%, no. Apple becoming a bank and offering 5% interest. Unlikely. Very unlikely Apple would become a bank. We can glance at Apple. Oh, how's DXY doing? I'm bullish on the dollar, as you guys know. I'm bearish on the euro, as you guys know. And we'll see where it all goes. Oh, I want to sneak a peek at the Russian ruble. Russian ruble continues to devalue, which is actually good for Russia. But I didn't expect that. And the Ukrainian hryvnia is still being pegged by the US to the dollar. So we'll see how long that lasts as well. And finally, going to look at Apple, and then we're going to call it a day. Apple is looking very bullish. This is the monthly chart. That trend line is probably on a weekly chart, and we broke that trend line. But we're coming up on an MRI buy, on an MRI sell. I can even lower this trend line. Yep, we broke it right there. Apple is looking very bullish. Apple is already offering a savings account, but it's through Goldman. Yeah, I don't think the government's in a rush to give the tech sector banking licenses. I'm bearish on the pound as well. Maybe not as much as I'm bearish on the euro. The pound has a little bit of more room to the upside before it drops more. But the pound versus the euro is an interesting dynamic. It's a very interesting dynamic. This is euro in pounds. And I'm guessing this is where euro crashed. And this is where euro is strengthening. I think the pound will strengthen against the euro, but it's not an easy call. Like, I would stay away from this trade. This can go either way. The UK could implode first. The euro could implode first. Both of them are ran. I mean, both of them are ran by morons. So you have the most woke king of England in its history. So that's not good. And after he goes, the next king of England is going to be even more woke than the current king of England. Not that the king has any real power, but the prime minister of the UK is a giant disaster. Actually, since Margaret Thatcher, every prime minister of the UK has been a giant walking disaster. And the EU is worse. So good luck with those. Not that the US is doing any better with its current president and vice president. So I'm not the one to judge. You have one good leader in all of Europe. One good leader in all of Europe. Like if you go west of Russia, you have one good leader, just one. Orban over in Hungary. That's it. That's the list. Maybe in Croatia. The guys in Croatia are not bad. The guys in Serbia, not bad. But it's basically just Orban. Oh, Kennedy for president. You know what? We're going to save that for tomorrow. Let's save the Kennedy thing for tomorrow. All right, guys. I'm going to jump into spaces. Once again, don't forget about the financial summit taking place in the UAE, unconfiscatable, taking place in Las Vegas, and MRI indicator and the workshops you can find on tonevays.com. All right, guys. Thank you all for coming, and see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.